Yo guys, MoneyMan300 back for some more Forza 6 videos, and look what we have here. The Forza 6 Porsche Expansion dropped today, and I am just getting in here. It just dropped just a few minutes ago, so I'm getting in here quick. We're going to buy this bad boy real quick. We're going to get it downloaded. Look at that. Over 20 cars, plus Virginia International Raceway track. This is... And I hope this doesn't show my personal information. Oh, well, I think I can blur it out. There's a new blur feature, but it just shows the end of it. I'll probably blur it out anyway. Confirm. Let's get that thing purchased. Let's get it downloading. Over 20 cars and a track. It is an expansion. It does not come with VIP or with your car passes that you bought. This is an expansion, so it's the same price. It's the $19.99. Don't know what that translates into in euros for everybody. So just to be aware, the track does not go out to other people, so there's going to be specific hoppers and specific single player for, now I don't know about the Porsches, but at least for Virginia International Race. So anyway, we'll check all that out when we get in the game. I'm going to get it all downloaded here, and then we'll get over in the garage and start checking out the cars. All right, so here we are in the game, and the first thing you're going to notice, actually the first thing you're going to notice is going to want to do a content update, and it's fairly large. It's 1.2 gig. I don't know what else is in the content update yet. I might do a separate video if I feel like it's enough different content in there. I might do something in there for that. But anyway, you're going to get a 1.2 gig content update. It does take a little bit, and that's after downloading that. But when you start up the game, this is where it's going to go. If you notice here, normally you start here, I think, in home. There is now a new tab if you have the expansion, and that is your Porsche tab. It's where you have this Porsche Anthology, which is really the single player. And I did run one race, and I'll upload. I'm going to upload as I go through the Anthology and the history of all the Porsches, because I think it's kind of cool. But I did the one with the 918 already on Alps. The next race up I got is a 1957 Porsche 365A Speedster, and that is on Prague. So a couple of races there. And then you have showcases. So showcases similar to the other single player, where you can go in 911 turbos, Hyper Holly Trinity Shootout, 911 Road America Sprint Carrera GT Challenge. Lots of, I don't know what this thing is. Porsche Macan Bowling. Don't know. Interesting, but so anyways, different showcases. So lots of single player content there. We got some multiplayer here. I'll hop in here and show you what is going on here. I think it's going to throw me right in the lobby. We'll see in just a second. I haven't went in here yet. I looked at the rivals. So Porsche 911 Legend. So you get one hopper here. Take your favorite 911 to compete against fans. Let's look at the restrictions. So it's R and 911. So whoa, quick racing. I don't know about that. The rivals. So there's one rivals, a special rivals event, and that is on Virginia International Raceway, and it is stock 918. That car does not drive very well stock, to be honest with you. It understeers something fierce, but might be fun. People like to do that. And there is a specific league for Porsche, which is kind of cool as well. That's one I didn't quite expect. There's kind of a pleasant surprise here. Porsche Prototype League. So it's prototypes, going to be fast, P-Class, endurance prototypes. Make must be Porsche. So that might be kind of fun to hop in and do a little league Porsche racing as well. But we'll see. That P class kind of scares me a little bit, just because people are going to struggle to control their car. So that's all the content that is here. I want to go over here and show you guys the cars. You can use, now I don't know about, one thing I didn't know, you can use Porsches and things in other rivals events, and I believe in multiplayer, other just regular multiplayer as well. What I don't know about is Virginia International, if that is, let's take a look real quick, if that's available in regular rivals or not. Oh yeah, there it is. So yep, we got a lot of variations of this thing. Let's take a look at this real quick. So there's VIR full, and we got night and rain. So we got the night and rain variants of each of these, and then we have VIR North, which is, it looks bigger, but it looks like that's just a cutoff. It cuts off right in there after that piece there, and then kind of wraps around. So it's a shorter version. And then we have, looks like a kind of almost a speed version, 1.65 miles with a big straightaway on VIR South N3, and then VIR Patriot, even smaller. This is going to be your kind of grippy track, I'm sure. Looks like I just did that video on tracks, and I should have waited. Should have waited till this is out so I could cover these. I have no idea what each one of these is. If I had to guess, this is going to be speed based, looking at these straightaways. This one maybe a little more speed. This one probably speed. This looks momentum, short track momentum to me. And this alt looks speed based to me too. So it looks like a speed-ish track, but we'll see. I got to get in there and drive it to know. Oh, geez, there's more. There's a lot in here. A lot of variations. Oh my, look at that track. I'm not a huge fan of tracks that have tons of turns. Grand West, that has a lot going on it. So it looks like we get 4 variations of the track, and all of them available in the night, in the daytime, and in the rain. So that's kind of cool there. So that's the track that we get. I'm sure we'll do some videos on the track itself, and then the cars. So let's hop in here. Let's do find a car. And first thing you'll notice is I was looking for it on the left. It usually show up like in the new section over here, and it's not there. There's actually a separate, you just go to the manufacturer. So you go to Porsche, and they are all already, says I own all of them already. So they're all here. I'm just going to scroll through and get the new. So actually I could find these in my own garage if I wanted to as well. Let's do that real quick. So just to show you guys, I can go to My Cars, and you don't have to go grab these evidently. Yep, so you already have them in your garage all ready to go in the base color. So all you gotta do is come in there. So let's run through them real quick and let's talk about them. First off, we've got the 2015 number 19 Porsche Team 19 Hybrid, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this one is new to the series. So this is a brand new edition. It is a P-Class car, so if that's your thing, that's probably going to be fun to drive. Next up, the Porsche Cayman GTS. I don't believe this one is new that I'm aware of. I'm scrolling through the cars that are new here real quick. Yeah, it's not. Didn't think it was. And I just want to be sure. Oh, it goes through all of them here, not just the ones that are new. Well, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, so let's look at this one. Comes out at 6'8", 5.0 handling, 2965. That's decent weight. This would probably make a nice A-class car here. It would be my guess. I'm going to try to give my recommendations. I mean, obviously this is P is P. Probably a nice A-class car. You might be able to keep it in B. I don't know. It depends on engine swaps and things like that. But I would target A to S for this. You know, I'm sure it'll go up higher. But sweet spot's probably going to be A and S on that. Yeah, this is the Macan turbo. I don't know if that's the Cayenne, the same as that or not. That's probably not something I'm going to build, and I didn't get a recommendation on that. The 918 Spyder. This needs a tune. It's heavy. It doesn't drive. It feels good in the straights, but man, it feels heavy in the turn. So huge horsepower car. My guess is not going to be particularly good, except for just a straight speed. If you can get some more speed in it, at 7.9, that's not even very good. Top end acceleration's really good, and you can feel that. But it might be able to tune some of that. It's all-wheel drive, so it needs some tuning to get better. But that's in R. I can't imagine it would be better above R. So R is probably the place for that. Now we got the 911 Turbo S starting out at S25. 36 heavy, 3,600 pounds, but a lot of horsepower, pretty good acceleration, pretty good speed. All-wheel drive again. So got a couple all-wheel drive Porsches, which are going to be, I think, super fun to use. I don't think this one was rear-wheel yet. So this is probably SR class. They're going to be the sweet spot for this one. Take it right up in there somewhere. We got a 2012 911 GT2 RS. I think this is a super cool car. Really like it. Much lighter. This is probably going to be a much better car than that one. I can already tell. Coming in at 600 pounds lighter and more horsepower. It starts a little higher up, but I think this is going to be a much better bet to be a better car. Now, it's not all-wheel drive, and it's rear engine. So these Porsches all over the place. You got some mid-engine stuff. You got front engine with the with the Macan, and then you got rear engine. So tuning Porsche cars there's an art to it, and it is tricky. So moving on, we have the 911 GT3 RS 40. So this one again, probably R class. Probably not enough you can do with it and keep it in S, so that's going to be an R class car. Next up, we have the 2012 911 GT3 RS 4.0. Nice weight on this one too. I like it. This is one you could probably leave in S-Class and make a nice S-Class car out of. Just bring it up to the top of it. The weight's pretty good on it. Always looking for something under 3,000 pounds. This one was slightly over, but you can get the weight out of it when you go to R-Class. Next up, we have a Cayenne. So the Cayenne and the Macan, are they that much different? Is that Macan just like a smaller SUV? Is the bigger one? I don't know. So we got the Cayenne. Be an SUV I'd like to have in real life, but I don't have any real interest for it in the game. But for those of you that do, there it is. And next up, we got the 2011 number 45 Flying Lizard 911 GT3 car. So got a GT3 car here. R class, just take it up as high as you can in there. I don't even know if it'll go to the top of R if you race those cars. And then we got the number 7 Penske Racing RS Spyder Evo, another P class car for people. It's a 2008. And then the 2004 911 GT3 Classic. I say classics like 2004, but becoming classic 911 type here. Bit on the heavy side, but it starts in the bottom of A. Maybe see what it can do in the top of A, and then even run that on up into S is probably the sweet spot for this car. And then we got a 2003 Porsche Carrera GT acceleration monster. What was this one? This one's rear engine. Now we're back to mid engine. These rear engine ones those are the ones that are, for me, really tricky to tune. Tricky to get brake balance and everything right on those. Mid engine, I think, is a little easier. It's more like the Ferraris. But anyway, got this one coming in there, 3,200 pounds, 605 horsepower. Decent numbers, especially in acceleration. Probably going to want to take this up into R just so you can get some of the weight out of it to be competitive. And we got a R-Class car here, the 1998 Porsche number 26 AG 911 GT1. So got a car there if you're interested in those types. I don't race those very often, so I don't spend a lot of time talking about them. Maybe I should get into them a little bit more. And we got man, when I was growing up, I wanted because it was the more affordable model, I wanted one of these, a 944 turbo. I'm probably gonna build this just because. See if I can do something with it up in a B class, get some of the weight out of it, add a little bit more horsepower. It's a front engine, so here we are back to the front engine. Porsche all over the place. So back to the front engine, rear wheel drive. Might be able to make a little speed car out of this. We'll have to see. I have to check out and see what options are available for it. 1987 number 17 Porsche AG 962C. So there's the 962, another upper class car. And then we got the 1987. This is another car that when I was growing up that I thought was just super cool, and that was the 959. We're only missing one car out of this, and that's the 928. No, not one. There's others that I'd like to see in there, but from kind of the dream cars I had growing up, the 928, the 959, and the 944, just about covered them all. But anyway, this starts right at the top of A class at 3,100 pounds. Probably going to want to take this up into the top of S and see if you can make it competitive. It's all-wheel drive, which is kind of cool, and again, rear engine all-wheel drive. So then we have a 1982 911 Turbo 3.3 Classic 9. Now this is a Classic 9. Is a Classic 911. 82, 2,800 pounds. C class. This would probably make a nice B class car. Would be my guess for this. Even potentially decent in C, although the speed isn't quite there. You're going to need some more speed and take it up into B. A 1970 914. So the old 914 here, starting out in E class. We got us a budget portion here. Probably gonna you just take this up into D. 2,100 pounds. It's light. Make a nice grip or short track momentum car would be my guess. 125. You can get that up maybe around 200 horsepower on the top of D, and you'd be zipping around the small tracks with that. Next up, the 1960 Porsche 718 RS 60. Super cool looking car. I love those kind of roadster looks, speedster roadster looks there. Not much horsepower for a B-class car, but it's 1,200 pounds. So if you could get some horsepower into this, it'd be interesting to see how competitive that'll be in B. 5.7 speed is okay, and with 5.1 handling, I'm not sure where this car is going to fit. it's going to have to be a short track car. I just don't know if it's going to be competitive with the other short track cars that are out there, the Lotuses and such. So another one, the 1957 356A Speedster. Here's another one that'd be a good D-class car, even maybe a good D. Maybe it's a mini competitor. It starts about the same horsepower as a mini does. So 1,676 pounds, which is pretty good, and only 60 horsepower. So there's a lot you can do with this. I would think D-class again, maybe on up into C, depending on what you can do with that. And one more here, the 1955 Porsche 550 Spyder. I really like these older cars. Like this, and again, I think this is probably best suited just to keep in D, run it up there towards the top, see what you can do with it. I can't imagine it would be, but this comes in at 125 and 2196. This is a 109. Does it start with that much more power? A little bit. It starts at 5346. That's 4641. So yeah, I think top of D is probably the right place for that. So there you go. Porsche is out. It's in the game. It is, as I mentioned, I think I mentioned $20 does not, the $19.99 and doesn't buy you other stuff. I think I mentioned that in the beginning of the video, so I won't cover it again. Anyways, I'm going to get to building a couple of these, start checking them out, and start racing. I'm going to upload anthology videos also, so that you guys get an opportunity to see that if you don't have the expansion yet. So I'm going to end it with that. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Later.